What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to talk about why the Atlanta Falcons will be one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL this season. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. Hit that like button for your boy. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for your continued support, continuing to share out my content on all the social media platforms. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned in today's video, I do want to talk about why the Atlanta Falcons offense will be one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL this season. And if you guys think back to the end of last season when we had the exit interviews, Coach Arthur Smith talked about wanting the offense to be more explosive this season. And I really feel like Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot did a great job this offseason of bringing in guys that could make this offense more explosive. Drafting guys like Bijan Robinson, bringing back Cordero Patterson, signing guys like Scotty Miller and Jonnu Smith, bringing in Mac Hollins, and all the litany of guys that we brought in on this team. I really feel like the Atlanta Falcons, with Kyle Pitts coming back from injury, we have one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL as far as weaponry. I think they did a good job of putting weapons around Desmond Ritter to help him succeed. And we have guys like Bijan Robinson, guys like Cordell Patterson, guys like Scotty Miller that are very electric, guys that just need space and need the ball, and they can take it to the house basically from anywhere on the field. And I really feel like that's going to bode well for this Atlanta Falcons team this season. Last season, we did struggle in the passing game because Marcus Mariota wasn't accurate with the football. He wasn't on time a lot of the times with the football. 3-step drop, 5-step drop, and let the ball go. A lot of times he would look to run the football. And I really feel like Desmond Ritter is one of those guys who can run, but he's going to look to pass before he runs. To me, he reminds me kind of a Russell Wilson, where he does a good job of keeping his eyes down the field. And if there's nothing there, which we've seen in that preseason game against the Cincinnati Bengals, he'll take off and run reluctantly. But he's not a guy that's just going to bolt out of the pocket. As soon as he doesn't see anybody open, he's going to bolt out of the pocket. He's one of those guys that's going to be patient, but he is one of those guys that can throw the ball with anticipation, meaning the guy doesn't have to be wide open for him to understand that, my guy can beat that corner because he's 6'5", like a Drake London. We've seen it last year in the last 4 games that he played in, where he just threw the ball up and gave Drake London an opportunity. We've seen numerous times last season where Kyle Pitts got behind the defense, and for whatever reason, Marcus Mariota wasn't confident enough or accurate enough to hit the open man. So I really feel like that's going to be a really, really big reason why this Atlanta Falcons team is going to have a lot more explosive plays, is because Desmond Ritter is not afraid to put the ball in tight windows. And he's a guy that, like I said, he understands how to throw the ball with anticipation. He doesn't wait till guys get open. He throws the ball to the open spot and expect the receiver to run up under the ball. And I really feel like this season we're going to see this Atlanta Falcons team be a lot more explosive, not just in the passing game, but also in the running game, because you added Bijan Robinson, who's a guy that can, like I said, take a handoff, take a screen pass to the house. We got still have CP, who we know, is a guy who's a touchdown machine. And then you still have Tyler Algier in the backfield, who's one of the better running backs as far as breaking tackles, and one of the better backs at one cut and going downhill. So I really feel like adding guys, like I said, Scotty Miller, who's a deep threat, because Desmond Ritter is not afraid to put that ball out there. I really feel like we're going to have a lot more explosive plays this season. I really feel like we're also going to cut down on the turnovers, which really bit us last season with Marcus Mariota, a lot of fumbles. He didn't throw a whole lot of picks, but there were a lot of fumbles in games and crucial moments. And I don't expect Desmond Ritter to make as many mistakes as well. as Marcus Mariota made last year. Even though he's a first-year starter, I really feel like we've seen in the 4 games with Desmond Ritter, he didn't throw any picks, and he did a good job for the most part of protecting the football. I think he may have had like one or two fumbles in that last 4 games of the season, but I really expect this offense with guys that we brought in, not only guys that are fast and electric, but we also brought in guys that are hard to bring down in open field. Matt Collins is one of those guys that can get yak yardage after the catch. Jonnu Smith is another guy that can, break tackles. He's not only a guy who can line up at the tight end position, but he's the guy that can line up as a wide receiver, a guy who can line up in the backfield. And then you also have the unicorn returning in Kyle Pitts. So I really feel like we're going to own the middle of the field. It's going to be hard to stop us in the middle of the field because we line up Drake London a lot of the times in the slot. And then you have guys like Kyle Pitts that can go in the slot, and also Jonnu Smith who can go in the slot. So I really feel like linebackers are going to really struggle trying to cover guys in the slot, and also slot corners and safeties are going to have a hard time because we have a litany of guys that we can put in the slot that can take advantage of those mismatches, whether we're putting CP or also bringing Bijan Robinson in and having him flank into that wide receiver position. I really feel like teams are going to struggle with trying to figure out this Arthur Smith offense, because Arthur Smith is one of those guys that's like a mad scientist when it comes to drawing up plays. And that's one of the reasons why Calais Campbell stated that he came to Atlanta, because he remembers when he was with the Jacksonville Jaguars and Arthur Smith was coaching that Tennessee Titans offense. He was the offensive coordinator for Tennessee. He talked about how hard it was to game plan for Derrick Henry, how hard it was to game plan for Arthur Smith. And I really feel like with this heavy run scheme, I really feel like it's going to be really, really tough to game plan for our offense, because now we have so many weapons, not just in the backfield, but now at the wide receiver position, that teams are not going to know what formation we're in. They're not going to know who we're looking to get the ball to on certain plays and in certain game plans from Sunday to Sunday. They're not going to really know, what we're doing from week to week. I really feel like we're going to be a team, depending on what team we're playing, we can either play ground and pound, but now I think we have the ability also to spread teams out because we have so many weapons on the outside. And then we also have a mobile quarterback that when the defense turns their back in man-to-man coverage, you have a guy in Desmond Ritter that can go and get you first downs with his legs. So I really feel like this offense is multifaceted. Last year, I really feel like we were kind of one-dimensional, where we had to run the ball a lot, and we couldn't really spread teams out. We couldn't really pass the ball efficiently. But I feel like this Atlanta Falcons team, because we have so many weapons, this team is really going to be deadly, as far as teams are not going to be able to just focus on the run game, but they're going to have to also worry about the pass. And I really feel like that running game is really going to open up the play action. And then in the opposite, when we are throwing the ball around the field, teams are not going to be able to just focus in on one thing. Like, this Atlanta Falcons team is so multi-dimensional with this positionless football that I really feel like it's going to be really, really hard to game plan for this team. So with that being said, you guys let me know what you think of this Atlanta Falcons offense. I really feel like we're going to be one of the most explosive teams in the NFL. I really think that this could be a top 10 offense and possibly a top 10 defense. And with these weapons that we have, I really feel like it's going to be really, really hard to game plan for this team. It's going to be pick your poison week in and week out. But with that being said, this has been your boy Jew. I have a lot more content coming for you guys. As always, Falcons Nation, if you enjoy my content, hit that subscribe button for your boy. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. The NFL season is about 2 weeks away, a little bit less than 2 weeks away. So I'm super excited for week 1 and those Carolina Panthers. But with that being said, this has been your boy Jew. I'll holler at you guys in the next video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed, peace.